Christmas and welcome to Korea Today, brought to you live from Seoul.
The Christmas spirit fills the streets of Seoul with tens of thousands flocking to the holiday epicenters of Myeongdong and other downtown areas where families, couples, and friends enjoy the holiday ambiance.
But it's not quite Christmas for the nation's railway workers who are still on strike. More coming up in the headlines.
A new growth engine in 3 cities has to do with textiles. We'll unwrap that for you on In Print. So what do people want in Korea for Christmas this year? I'll tell you about it coming up.
Sharing and giving not only through Christmas gifts, but through heartwarming, smart, and whimsical methods. What are the new ideas people are looking out for others on this day? Merry Christmas all around Seoul. The mega capital is filled with unique ways to celebrate the holiday season. If you have no plans just yet, Peter Bint has the ins and outs of Christmas in Seoul on this Wednesday, December 25th, 2013.
From Arirang News, this is Korea Today.
And a good Wednesday Christmas morning to you. Thank you for joining us on Korea Today. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas to you, too. Many people are celebrating the birth of Christ all across the world, but Christmas has become a celebration that transcends all religious beliefs. It's the day that people spend with their loved ones and also an opportunity to look around you and share the love you have with people around you.
And that is the main theme, sharing and giving. And the Salvation Army Kettle Drive is one way to give. One donation has stood out for 3 years, a person who is known as the Heartwarming citizen. And for the 3rd year in a row, he has anonymously donated over 100 million won. Now, he was a well-dressed man, reportedly. He was in a coat and walked over and dropped an envelope with Heartwarming citizen written on and paused for a moment and shed tears and confirmed that he was the Heartwarming citizen. And in the envelope was that letter, as well as a check written out for 100 million won. 3rd year in a row that he's done
That's
this.
right. He is a nameless angel. And with these generous donations, the Salvation Army has collected so far some 4.2 billion won, and the target was set at 5.5 billion won. That's about $5 million US. So at this rate, they will be within reach. The target will be reached by the end of this year.
Sounds like great news there. And it's still not too late. Goes on until the 31st, as you mentioned. So if you haven't done that, if you're in Korea, stop by a kettle and make your donation.
That's right. All right, we'll begin Korea Today on this Christmas Day with a check of the day's headlines.
Yes, people were busy celebrating the holiday spirit on Christmas Eve. The Myeongdong area in downtown Seoul was jam-packed with tens of thousands of people who came out to enjoy the Christmas atmosphere and buy gifts for their loved ones. The city was glowing with Christmas decorations, and carols continued to ring out across the streets. Now, many Christians attended midnight mass and services as well.
I wish for us to be able to embrace the world's suffering with modesty and humbleness.
Meteorologists say the weather conditions will be good for those who want to head outdoors and enjoy some fun activities on this Christmas day. And of course, our lead Lee Dami will have more weather updates coming up shortly. Now, many people who are enjoying the festivities here in Korea, but the nation's striking railway workers are definitely not feeling the Christmas spirit. The strike is now into its 17th day. Some core members of the union who evaded arrest during a police raid in Seoul on Sunday are said to have sought refuge inside the Jogesa temple in the capital. Police say they don't plan on sending officers in immediately, but have set up security checkpoints around the temple. The railway union and the government are still in deadlock. Unionized members continue to claim the government plans on privatizing the nation's train operator Korail, but the government insists the claim is groundless. And for the first time since taking office, President Park Geun-hye visited frontline units along the border shared with North Korea. There, she said the current political and security situation on the peninsula has become very serious with the growing possibility of provocations from North Korea.
만약 도발을 해온다면 단호하고 가차 없이 대응해서 국가와 국민의 안위를 지켜야 합니다.
Her remarks come as South Korean officials continue to mention the possibility of North Korea taking provocative actions against Seoul following the execution of leader Kim Jong-un's uncle Jang Song-taek. The president added she has full faith in the judgment of South Korea's military and its commanders, stressing that a strong awareness of national security is key to secure peace and prevent war. You might hesitate before grabbing a bottle of Coke from next year. Coca-Cola's franchise operator in Korea says the price of a 1.5 liter of Coke will rise by 6.5% to 2,875 won, or roughly $2.70. The prices of other Coca-Cola products, including Sprite and Powerade, will also go up. Company officials say the price hike was inevitable because of higher raw material and production costs. However, consumer groups are not happy about the price hike, saying the international price of the soft drink's main ingredients, such as sugar and raw sugar, have been on a downward trend recently.
Time for a look through your newspaper headlines now. It's been trying times for the country as a whole, and while labor issues related to the ongoing nationwide railway strike still make their presence on the front pages, so do the adorable faces taking part in the holiday cheer. Let's go ahead and launch today's In Print with a look at the front page of 중앙일보. The front page image shows a children's choir at a church in the Myeong-dong neighborhood in Seoul last night, singing of Christ's birth. The image title says, "Let go of your anger even for the day on this Christmas day, remembering that we were all once forgiven." Now, meanwhile, the headline below this image brings us back to the political realm as it reads, "Government sticks to principle of zero tolerance to illegal activities," referring there to the railway strike that has been cast by the government and Korail as illegal. The article notes that President Park Geun-hye has always held on to the precept that there will be no compromise without principle, a quality that had won her favor as a politician as having credibility. But whether this approach will work in her first challenge to reform a public entity is still unclear. The subheadlines add that related government offices are not appearing to find a solution on the ground as the Prime Minister continues to push that there will be no privatization of Korail. And next up is Gyeongyang Shinmun. Let's go ahead and take a look at its main headline. It reads, "Two paths on railway strike. Agony over government-blocked line of communication. Incompetence." The subheadlines there capturing the anguish of two different perspectives, that of a strike participant who laments why someone like him needs to fight against the government and whether there is such a thing as the government, while the other, a colleague who chose not to take part due to needs at home, fears how he will face his striking colleagues when they return to work one day. Meanwhile, the front page image show university students who say they are not fine lying down in front of the Gyeongyang Shinmun building that also houses the offices of the Korean Confederation of Trade Unions, protesting their abuse of governmental authority and the feared privatization of the nation's railways, according to the caption. All right, let's scoot on over to the front page of 조선일보 next. The front page image shows little Santas singing and dancing to Christmas carols. The caption explains that they are children of North Korean defectors and that the holiday is no longer foreign to them. We'll take a quick look at the headline to the right of that. It reads, "Korean government expresses strong regret to Japan." And you might remember that Korean troops serving in the UN peacekeeping mission in South Sudan recently received 10,000 rounds of ammunition from Japan's self-defense forces. The regret noted in the headline is over the Tokyo government's move to reportedly use the recent help to push its political agenda of obtaining the right to collective self-defense and also expanding its military. The article cites the Japanese daily Sankei Shimbun as reporting that the Japanese government saw it as an opportunity to display its newly unveiled National Security Council and publicize the event despite requests from Seoul not to. Let's go ahead and wrap things up with a look at Mail Business newspaper. Its headline this morning reads, Fiber Cities Revive on Industrial New Material. The article giving examples of 3 conventional textile cities that have embraced industrial textile as their new growth engine. One, the city of Jeonju, also known as Carbon Valley, is reaping the benefits of the risk it took away from apparel textile while when its business value appeared to fall, moving toward industrial textile there. The city of Daegu, which is working toward a super fiber after facing stiff competition from Chinese companies, and the port city of Busan, which is seeing a sharp growth in the number of textile companies, some 3,700 in 2010 to a projected more than 5,800 by the year 2020, companies that can take advantage of the city's shipping and marine industries. And with that, we'll wrap your look at what's in print on this Wednesday. Next up are your closing numbers from Tuesday's market action.
So it's evident that it's not going to be a white Christmas. It's going to be a toasty one, in fact.
Yep, that's right. It's going to be toasty, and instead of snow, we might be getting some smog for a check on today's weather conditions. I'm sorry, I had to spoil
That sounds
it.
sad. Why did you have to
humor,
ruin
I
our
must say.
Christmas day?
Hey, Tommy, good morning.
Good morning, Dami.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas to you.
Good morning, everyone, and Merry Christmas to everyone, all of our Korea Today viewers as well. Today, I am reporting live from Jung-gu, Seoul. Now, on this Christmas morning, we're starting out with partly cloudy skies and slightly chilly temperatures. Right now, it is negative 4.1 degrees Celsius. But as the day progresses, our conditions will get a bit milder. Yes, Young, you are right. There will be some smog. Levels of fine dust have risen quite just a tad bit today, so do keep that in mind. Now, later in the evening, though, looks like here in Seoul, we may receive sporadic signs of small amounts of rain or snow. Now, with that said, let's go ahead and take a look at the temperatures around the nation. Now, Seoul's highs are the same as yesterday at 5, Daejeon and Gwangju at 7, Daegu and Gangneung at 8, Busan the warmest at 11, and Jeju at 10 degrees. Now, tomorrow there will be nationwide snow or rain and the cold snap will return, so on Friday we can expect lows to plummet down to negative 8 degrees Celsius. All right, that's all I have for the weather. I'll be back in the latter half.
Now, the Christmas culture in Korea is similar to that of the West. Whether people celebrate Christmas as a religious holiday or not, gift exchanges are often held. And what is the most popular gift? That's sort of a question that people ask themselves. Connie Lee joins us today to shed light on this issue. So what is the #1 most wanted gift here in Korea?
Well, good morning. Well, I will tell you this. It's something that could be useful for anybody here this morning. But I'll have the details on that in just a bit. But first, what is Christmas like in Korea? Well, compared to the West, Christianity is relatively new to Asia. So it's not that surprising that Korea is the only East Asian country that actually celebrates Christmas as a national public holiday. Japan and China do not. Well, Korea is mostly a Buddhist nation, but with about 30% of the Korean population being Christian, Korea does see Christmas as a national religious observance. But even still, a lot of people, regardless of their religious beliefs, like to get in the holiday spirit by buying gifts for each other. Here's more on the most wanted gifts of the season.
Forget getting a gift from Santa Claus or from a loved one. If you could get a Christmas gift for yourself, what would it be? Well, it looks like people in Korea would give themselves electronic gadgets. Not surprising for one of the most technologically advanced countries in the world. According to a survey of more than 800 people by the online shopping mall Lotte.com, more than 37% said they would buy themselves a new electronic toy for Christmas this year. Coming in second were fashion items at about 26% and tickets to performances at nearly 17%. But how about some of the most wanted Christmas gifts from others? The career site Job Korea broke it down, with results showing that men and women want slightly different things. Out of the 700 people surveyed last week, the number one most wanted Christmas gift this year was cash for both men and women. But the second most wanted gift was a little different. Men stuck with the money theme, going for gift cards, while women wanted jewelry or accessories. At number 3 on the list, men wanted electronics, while women wanted gift cards. And if you haven't bought your Christmas gifts yet, what should you not buy for others? Survey says flowers. Nearly 40% of men said flowers were the worst Christmas gift, and 27% of the women said the same. Other items on the list included Christmas cards and cookies, along with books, CDs, and homemade chocolates. And the average amount of money spent on gifts this year, about 100,000 won, or about $95 US.
Well, and it looks like a lot of people did their holiday shopping online this year. In a separate survey of 1,200 people conducted by social commerce site Groupon, 90% of the people surveyed said they would be using online sites to do their shopping, with more than half of them using tablet PCs or their smartphones to do them. So that's a relatively high number compared to other countries, because the survey also asked people from other areas throughout the Asia Pacific, like Singapore, Hong Kong, and Japan, where just 17% said they were going to make Christmas purchases using a smart device.
I went the old way. I did the old school way. I went right to the department store.
In this day and age.
That's right, to do some last minute shopping, and it was buzzing with people. So I'm thinking, is the economy picking up, or are people just feeling generous this Christmas season? What are the retail sales pointing to?
Well, the major department stores in Korea did post retail sales that were slightly higher than last year this time of year. Lotte and Shinsegae department stores said sales were up for this month about 7 to 8% more than last time this year. Hyundai department store posted a little less than 4%, but experts do expect that this week that sales would come out strong with the end of Christmas coming.
Right. And the department stores will be open today too, right? So that will help.
Right.
Exactly.
With the
So
sales.
Christmas time in Korea is more about going out rather than staying in. And so malls all around the nation are actually open for an extended period, about 30 minutes longer than usual on average. So if you still need to get that gift, you still have the rest of the day to get something. Or even if you don't, you can still enjoy the holiday festivities outside the malls, actually. The Korea Tourism Organization actually listed some shopping malls in Korea as having the best Christmas displays. Have you seen this? If you take a look here, this is Lotte department store in Seoul in downtown Seoul. Now the displays here are they actually have a theme. It's called Christmas Party this year. And you can see a lot of people hanging around there taking photos. And this is Shinsegae Mall in downtown Seoul. And you can see all the lights, and the fountain is lit up too.
Somewhere in Europe.
Right.
It's beautiful.
Well, I really don't want to
It's
go
really
in
nice,
there. I
right?
just want to stay outside and look at it from outdoors.
And many people do that too. I mean, they don't go shopping, but they go outside to take pictures. It's beautiful out there.
Exactly. So a lot of people in Korea actually go to these malls for the lights and for the displays. And they're actually up until the end of this month. So if you have time, you can
There you
go check
go.
it out.
I still can't believe people don't like handmade chocolates, homemade chocolates.
Oh, no more flowers out with the
I know.
chivalry
Where's the
and
sentimental
romantic
value?
All right, Young, I won't
It's
get you
all
the
about
flowers.
electronic gadgets.
All right. Thank you very much, Connie. And Merry Christmas. Happy holidays.
Merry Christmas.
All right, still ahead on Korea Today, we're going to be looking at some food that you can serve on the holiday season on the table there. And Andreas Krampel, he's going to show us some cook-ups to treats that everyone will enjoy. But there's something a little bit different here. As you can see, there's salmon mixed with a bit of fruit. We'll find out what all that's about coming up on Korea Today.
So we talked about a generous donation made by a gentleman at the top of the hour, and there are many more heartwarming stories. An elderly woman in her 80s donated her life's savings of about 100 million won. That's 1억 in Korean. That's about $100,000 US. And a group of corporate executives donated 10% of their year-end bonuses to share with the less fortunate. So it really must be the season of giving.
It really is. Some of these people, individuals that do donate these large sums of money, they're not very well off or rich, but they just have saved up quite a bit to give to others. So now giving and also volunteer work has become sort of the norm here during the holiday season, with people replacing year-end parties with acts of giving and volunteer activities. We'll take a look.
Christmas season is the most special time of the year for churches around the world. But these churchgoers are busy preparing for a somewhat different event. It's Sunday, and the church front yard is packed with people. They're writing messages on water drop-shaped cards and hanging them on a tree. Today, the church is holding a special event called the Waterful Christmas to help build drinking water and sanitation facilities in Africa.
I think this is a wonderful event, and we've been doing this for many years. I think it's a great idea. The cause, so many people in the world don't have any water. They don't have something as simple as water, so I just think it's a great thing. It's a great thing to spend money on. Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, and peace on earth.
When did this church first start this special Christmas event?
6 years ago, I planned this event after looking for ways to spend a more meaningful Christmas. Many areas in Africa are suffering from serious water shortages and water contamination. So we started the movement to build wells, which has led us here today.
Every Christmas, the tiny water drops gathered in Korea become a large, life-saving supply of water far away in Africa. This campaign has now evolved to support drinking water and sanitation facilities, water research projects, and more. To drill one well, it costs slightly less than $10,000 US. Luckily, that amount was reached even before Christmas.
I heard friends in Africa are suffering from thirst, so I brought my year's savings.
The year's end is near, and around the city, people are sharing and volunteering to bring warmth to those in need. The hotel industry is one of the sectors leading this giving trend. The JW Marriott Seoul has teamed up with the foundation to help fund medical fees for premature babies. The face of this fundraiser is none other than these adorable teddy bears. The hotel is including the sale of this doll in their accommodation package and also sells them directly at the hotel to raise funds.
One of our very important things is we serve our community part. As a part of our activity this year, we try to help the premature babies and their families in Korea.
This year, they collected much more than their original goal of roughly $20,000 US. The campaign's highlight was the orchestra concert put on by teenagers with special needs on the 12th. They shared their love for others through their music and sent a message of support to those looking for help.
누군가에게 행복을 주는 정말 기분이 좋습니다.
네, 맛있어요.
Next, we go to Daejeon, where there will be a very special Christmas party for children. One Children's Foundation has been running a Santa campaign for the past 7 years, and today is the party for the campaign It's Winter, Let's Be Santa.
I'm here to hand out gifts to children and be Santa Claus for the day.
매우 반짝이는 코. 어린이 맞아요?
The 150 children invited to today's party, hosted by the group of Santas in Daejeon, have not been able to enjoy many fun Christmases due to the difficult environments they grew up in. For these children, local companies, private donors, and volunteers, about 100 people in total, have come together to make this party possible.
For today's event, corporations, private sponsors, organizations, and others have worked together. I'm proud to provide happiness, joy, and gifts to children in need in our area just in time for Christmas.
The party's highlight is the Christmas gift-giving ceremony. Each gift has a special story because prior to this ceremony, they had asked the children what they wanted to receive. One child received a bicycle because school was too far to get to on foot, and another who loves sports received a nice soccer ball.
I wrote that I wanted a big bag in my card, and Santa really bought me a bag.
Love brings great joy not only to those on the receiving end, but also to those who are giving.
Although it's only for one day, I'm happy to be Santa and hand out gifts to these children. I feel even prouder and pleased to see so many children happy.
Today, I took off my baseball uniform to wear a Santa Claus costume. I had as much fun as the children while playing with them.
It's not just the gifts, but the love behind it that makes these presents even more memorable. Today should be a day of fun and happiness, so we wish you all a Merry Christmas.
It warms your heart just to see that spirit of giving and sharing and loving, right? And this is the teddy bear we saw in the report. It's called the Heart Bear. And what's unique about this, as we saw in the report, is that the heart beats when you hug it.
Yeah,
nice
we can
and-
hear it.
You can actually hear it. Is that your heart?
No.
That's the teddy bear's heart?
Yep.
It's both of our hearts put together.
Combined together.
Wow, this is, yeah, so by buying this, you'd be taking part in that very meaningful cause.
Yeah, it's a little bit creepy, but it's cute. I like
And I'm
it.
trying to take this message out. It's from this little kid who took part in that other water drive.
The waterfall drive.
Drive report. And the message says, 사람들이 자연을 파괴하지 말게 해주세요. And so sweet, right? Please stop people from destroying the environment. The kid is concerned about the environment.
I see your message is
Yes,
empty
I
as
have
of
yet
now.
to. This is mine. I have yet to fill mine in, so we'll wait for my message too. Yeah.
All right, well, it seems that the traditional year-end culture, such as delivering charcoal briquettes, as well as Salvation Army kettle drives, I mean, they're still there, but there's so many different options, such as the Waterful Christmas Drive and the Heart-to-Heart Drive as well. It seems that you can also give your talents, or you could donate your talents, spending some time to paint murals on the wall and using your skills to help others as well.
If you want to take part in some of the campaigns in our report, It's Winter, Let's Be Santa is unfortunately over by now, but you can still make a phone call and be a long-term sponsor for a child. And if you want to take part in the Waterfall Christmas, it will run until the 31st of this year. So you can also check out the website or make a phone call as well.
Okay, so it's important to really care about others during the Christmas season and the holiday season, but it's also important to continue that heart and also that attitude afterwards.
Absolutely.
All right, well, still ahead on Korea Today. Seoul is full of festivities on this special day. Peter Bint will join us later on Korea Today to bring us a merrier Christmas, from games chasing down Santa Claus to cutting some great deals at a holiday flea market. We have some special ways to celebrate the occasion. Like I said, Peter Bint has the details.
Nothing you can do that can't be done. Nothing you can sing that can't be sung. Nothing you can say that you can learn how to play the game. It's easy. Nothing you can make that can't be made. No one you can save that can't be saved. Nothing you can do, but you can learn how to be you. Time is easy. All you need is love. All you need is...
And this is the Christmas special edition of Korea Today, and it wouldn't be complete without Christmas cooking. Joining us once again is Andreas Knoppel. Good morning. Merry Christmas.
Good morning. Merry Christmas to you too. You know, one of the most prestigious holidays in Germany. We celebrate with so many good food, and I just brought a few things in for you to look at. So.
Okay, I'm looking forward to it. Korea traditionally doesn't have Christmas cooking because it's actually not a Korean holiday, obviously. Christmas is a Western holiday, and its influence came to Korea. And in Korea, basically Korean food such as galbichim, chon, or rice, as well as kimchi, and the regular party foods would go on there. But what are you going to make for us today?
Yeah, well, today I just want to quickly show you one of the most favorite things we eat during the Christmas time. Is actually Christmas stollen. What is a sort of a bread, but it started end of October. We make a marination with rum and candied fruits, and this one sits for about a month.
A month?
1 month, yeah. And after this, we'll make our dough and then we bake it, and then you will have this loaf looking like bread. And there you can see all the different nuts and candied orange skin, lemon skin.
What is that?
This is a marzipan piece. So there are two types. There's one without and one with marzipan. The higher quality one is with the marzipan.
So you obviously brought the higher quality
The higher quality one. So this is a traditional German stollen we eat for Christmas. A second really important thing we have is a gravlax back home. So some people make it themselves, some people buy it outside, but it's a very, very simple marinade. And what I find out here in Korea, they have this beautiful halabong. What is right now in season, and this one matches perfectly with the salmon.
Okay, so which one are we going to get started with?
So we're going to make the marinade for the salmon. What is very, very simple. I ask you to help me on this one too. It's very simple. It's 1 part sea salt, 1 part sugar, and then I have some crushed peppercorns and some piment seeds in there crushed. And then we're going to take the skin of 1 halabong and we put on the salmon. That's pretty much it. So I get you to start the halabong and grate it into the bowl. Yeah. So yeah, there you go.
Get the peel like that?
Yeah. And this has the most flavor and color and fragrance of the halabong. We will use the segments later as well.
How much of this stuff do we need?
Well, it depends how much orange flavor you want to have on the salmon, but I think for our today's purpose it's okay now.
Okay, I got it on your table, but I'm sorry about that.
That's all right.
There.
So we have the orange skin without the white, or the halabong skin without the white. Now it's very simple. We mix 1 part of salt.
That's 1 part. That's a lot of salt.
1 part of sugar. Yeah, it's for a big piece of salmon.
Okay.
And our crushed spices and seeds. So I'm gonna mix this all up to. This is my curing agent. So we're gonna put that on the raw salmon, and then after 24 hours, it will be cured.
Okay.
And then what you pretty much do, you put all your mix on top of it. Just spread it nice and evenly. And this is pretty much it. You wrap it in plastic film, put it in the fridge for 24 hours.
Okay, so you don't have to get the bottom side, it's just one side
No, just the top side. And I leave the skin side on, so it's easier to slice later.
Okay. Okay, so you leave it like that for a period of about 24 hours, wrapped in plastic wrap.
Correct.
And then you take it out.
And then it will look like this. And then this one I just put, for the last 2 hours, I'm going to do some chopped dill and put it on top.
Okay, excuse my ignorance here, but this one's a lot smaller.
Yes, it is. And you see all the water or the liquid what came out. This is actually the salt and sugar extracting the liquid from the salmon.
Okay.
So what we're going to do now, this one is good for about a week now in your fridge. It's like a cooked salmon. So the salt and sugar was curing the salmon and has like it's a preserved salmon in a way.
All right.
And this is, in the Norwegian countries, they do this a lot for Christmas time. And in Germany as well, it became a tradition to use that.
This is really interesting.
So on this one, you can make a week ahead of Christmas. You put it in your fridge, and it's a beautiful thing to have. Good. Now we're going to do one more thing with the halabong, because we have it here right now. It's a beautiful thing you can do. We actually make some segments out of it. So what we want only the nice flesh without any skin parts and out any segment parts. So there's a little bit of white, so we take that away. And very simple, I go between the segments and I take out a fillet. We call this a fillet.
All right.
So that would be a halabong fillet. So we'll take out 1 or 2 of these and we'll make a little dish out of it. So very simple, we take the slice of the cured salmon and we wrap it around the fillet.
All right, it's like a cocktail snack.
Pretty much, yeah. And then we can put this on a little piece of bread or on a little platter, what I've prepared a little bit over there.
All right. Bring that over.
And you can have this ready when your friends come to your house for Christmas.
Now, is this a breakfast or a lunch or a dinner dish? I mean, what would you recommend it for?
I could eat it any time. I like smoked salmon or gravlax, but this one is normally eaten for dinner.
Okay, can I try one of these? I'll try the one that I made.
Absolutely.
And this is the cured salmon with halabong.
Yes.
On top of
rye toast.
Okay, rye toast.
Rye baguette or toast, so normally a darker bread.
All right, let me try this now.
Better.
And this is really easy to make. You don't really have to do anything. The only real process that you're going through is curing the salmon.
But it's very simple too. Little tip, after 12 hours, you can turn them around in the marinade and just press them again. But you can just leave it all night in the same spot.
Not too sweet, and it's not too salty as well, because you have the bread, the toast, as well as the bit of the halabong that goes with it. And that is fabulous. Thank you very much for this dish.
Thank you.
Okay, but you can't go, we're not over just yet, because I know you have a son at home who's probably watching the program right now as we speak, wondering, where's my dad on this Christmas morning? We have a little gift for him, so you can pass that along to your son.
Thank you. Very eager, I'm sure, to open this one, so you have to wait until I'm home soon, son.
All right, thank you very much,
Thank you
Andreas,
so much for
joining
having
us.
me. Thank you.
All right, so you showed us some great stuff here.
And a very Merry Christmas, everyone, as we kick things off in football. Now, with most of the Korean internationals coming back to Korea for a break, several members of the team came together in a sponsored fan meeting. And with Son Heung-min being the highlight, he showed great confidence before the World Cup in Brazil. Now, according to the 21-year-old, he stated that he's pretty confident that Korea will be able to beat Russia and Algeria during the group stages and will move on to the round of 16. Well, it'd be nice to win all 3 matches. He added that Belgium does have a very talented team and should be a challenge. Moving on, it's one of the worst things any celebrity or athlete could get into, a contract dispute. And at the young age of 16, figure skater Park So-yeon is already mixed in one. That was reported earlier in the week that Park So-yeon had signed a contract with All That Sports, a sports agency that Kim Yeon-ha is a part of. However, according to IB Worldwide, the 16-year-old is still under contract with the agency and has requested that All That Sports void the contract. However, according to Park So-yeon's rep, everything was done in a legal manner and it shouldn't be a problem. Of course, IB Worldwide represents some of the top athletes here in the nation, including golfer Park In-bi. And now moving on to some Tuesday night's KBL action, the Ulsan Mobis Phoebus continue their dominance in the league as they beat Wonju Dongbu Promi 84-72. Meanwhile, with Anyang KGC taking on the Goyang Orions, let's take a look at the highlights. Now, a rather tight game from the get-go as the Orions managed to take a slim 15-12 lead after the first quarter. But thanks to Kim Yoon-tae, KGC rallies back in the second quarter to take a slim 29-28 lead going into halftime. Both teams neck and neck in the third quarter of the game as well, but with the newly acquired Anthony Richardson putting up 6 points in the fourth, the Orions rally back to outscore KGC 18-12 in the fourth to take this game 63-58. And now finishing things off with Tuesday night's V-League action. Hyundai Hillstate continues to struggle this season as they lose to Korean Expressway 3-1 over on the women's side. Meanwhile, an exciting match over on the men's side as LIG took on KEPCO. Now the KEPCO Vic Storm off to a great start in the first set as they dominate LIG 25-12. But an epic second set here as both teams go back and forth before LIG squeezes in a 35-33 set win. But thanks to Chung Kwang-in, KEPCO bounces back in the third set with a 25-22 win as they're one win away from their fifth victory of the season. But with Thomas Egger and Kim Yo-an leading the way for LIG ends up taking the next two sets, 25-19 and 15-12, to win the epic five-set match. And that's going to wrap it up for me. This has been SJ. Merry Christmas, everyone, and see you guys again for your sports needs.
The end of the year is fast approaching. And as we look back to all the happenings of 2013, what are some moments or events that stand out? Well, we want to know. So send us your pictures or videos of this past year to Korea Today at arirang.co.kr, and we could possibly select them and show them on air on December 31st. Include your name, brief description of what you're sending, including the city and country of where your photo or video was taken. The deadline is December 29th, so send your captured moments soon.
You're watching the Christmas edition of Korea Today. Let's now check back in with our Dami, who joins us from a special location.
That's right. This location is one of plays a significant role in the Catholic community. We'll take it over to Dami. Dami.
Thank you guys. I'm back reporting live from Myeong-dong Cathedral. Today is Christmas, so that's what brought me here to the Myeong-dong Cathedral. It is one of the oldest cathedrals here in Korea, and with its Gothic architectural form, it is a symbol of the presence of the Catholic Church. Now, if we talk a little bit about the history of Myeong-dong Cathedral, it dates back to 1784 when the first faith community in Korea gathered here, which was then known as Myeongneba. In 1894, Father Koste began planning for the construction of the church, and on May 29, 1898, the church received the name of Chonghyun Cathedral. But on Liberation Day 1945, the name of the cathedral was changed to what we call it today, Myeongdong Cathedral. Now, when Myeongdong Cathedral was constructed, the building received a nickname, Pointy House, because of its formation, and many spectators passed by, and it became the talk of the town. Now, whenever it's Christmas season, a tradition at the Catholic Church is to set up a manger with baby Jesus, Maria, Joseph, the three wise men and their gifts, shepherds, and of course the animals. Now, on Christmas Day, Christians all over the world celebrate the birth of Jesus Christ by setting up mangers in many different ways. Now, this year here at Myeongdong Cathedral, the Christmas manger is very unique. It's almost looking at a piece of artwork, so you should definitely check it out. Now, right now, I am at the main cathedral. So if you take a look at the interior, you can see the arched side aisles, the stained glass windows. There are altars, religious paintings, and statues that really add to the religious and aesthetic value of the church. Now, talking a little bit about the stainless glass, it does remind me of the Middle Age times, but here in the Myeongdong Cathedral, it contains passages from the Bible and the prayers of the Rosary, and it's known to have been created to educate believers who were illiterate. Now, here at the Myeongdong Cathedral, there will be a Christmas Mass starting today from 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. and from 4 p.m. to 7 p.m. Every hour there will be a Mass that'll be held, and at 9 p.m. that'll be the very last Christmas Mass that'll be held today. So, aside from the religion, here at Myeongdong Cathedral, it is filled with the Christmas spirit. So, why not enjoy Christmas to the fullest by stopping by the Myeongdong Cathedral? Merry Christmas, everyone! Idami, Korea Today.
Now, at the top of our program, we showed you some scenes of Seoul last night, and during the day today, the streets will be packed with people, and the holiday spirit will be in the air.
That's right. Just a warning, it might be close to impossible for you to walk down the streets of Myeongdong today. And Peter Bint joins us for more on this story.
Hi,
Good
guys.
morning, Merry Christmas.
Good morning, Merry Christmas.
You looking like Rudolph this morning.
I am actually Rudolph the reindeer. Yeah, that's my secret identity.
Rudolph has the red nose.
No,
Right,
that's a
you're missing
common
the
misconception,
nose.
actually. It's red antlers. Yeah, that is the true story behind Rudolph. But have you guys made some good Christmas plans for today after work?
Well, I guess watch my kids open their gift. I haven't been able to do that yet.
With family. It's all about with family.
Absolutely. And if you want to check out a Christmas festival, there are quite a few going on in Seoul. The biggest one, it runs for 8 days. And there was also this really unique event that took place down by the decidedly chilly Han River. So for some joy at Christmas in the capital, we're going to check out how people have celebrated the holiday spirit. This is Icheon Hangang Park. Many people have gathered here to fully embrace the spirit of Christmas. To participate in this event, it's mandatory to wear a Santa or Rudolph headband and essential to become Santa Claus or Rudolph the reindeer like myself.
Ah, that's where you got those hairband from.
The teams are divided into Team Santa and Team Rudolph. There is only one real Santa and one real Rudolph hidden among the teams. At this event, we'll give $100 to the person who finds the real Santa and Rudolph.
From high school seniors to university students, many youths have gathered here to make special memories this Christmas. Right now, they're hiding the identities of the real Santa and the real Rudolph inside their name tags.
You shouldn't stay home just because it's cold. I'm taking part because I want to make Christmas memories with many people.
Now the game begins to find the real Santa and real Rudolph.
It's kind of like flag football.
The competition is fierce, and in the cold, participants are busy trying to find the real Santa and Rudolph in the huge park. And finally, after 2 hours of running around, the Rudolph team takes home the prize for finding the real Santa.
2 hours?
Yes.
It was hard, but I'm glad that I found the real Rudolph.
What's 진짜? Oh,
Real.
In other places in Seoul, you can experience Christmas festivals as well. First, at the N Seoul Tower, a donation of roughly $1 will be made for one kiss per person. And at the COEX Aquarium, there will be an underwater diving performance and a magic show at the 630 Yuksam SeaWorld Aquarium.
Wow, that's quite a sight.
Oh yeah, kids love that.
And this is Shincheon Street of Youth, and for the first time this year, a Christmas festival is in full swing, making it the largest Christmas festival in Seoul. Here you can get free hugs from Santa Claus or admire various Christmas trees.
Huh.
A free hug from a
snowman.
Why not?
I've been to another Christmas market, but this is better.
This 550-meter street of Yeonsero was originally a road for cars, but for the safety of the public, it's now pedestrians only. And within this area, the festival is divided into a market, performance and tree area.
Last time I went there, it was still under construction, so now it's complete.
Absolutely, only people. And in the center of Yeonsero, there's a stage for various genres of music this week. Indie rock, hip-hop and jazz will be performed here. And at 7 p.m. every evening, professional DJs will spin club music, adding more energy to the festive atmosphere.
Among all the Christmas festivals in Seoul, this one feels the most like Christmas. I like that it's a large-scale event.
This is the Tree Zone, currently the festival's most popular attraction. Within 200 meters, there are 13 trees lighting up the area. From large 7-meter tall trees to gift box trees and a wish tree decorated with various postcards full of New Year's wishes. Wow. People can enjoy the many different trees here, and it seems to be a favorite spot for people to take pictures and definitely adds to the Christmas spirit.
I'm impressed by the transformation that whole street went through.
Ooh, what is that? Russian.
And this is the market zone lined with 44 Mongolian tents.
Wow.
It's open from 3 to 9 p.m. and various themes are scattered across 5 sections. There are Christmas trees, toys, decorations and various other Christmas gifts.
Okay, I'm not going there.
With the kids.
Wow, look at this pop-up cards. Wow.
I spent too much money in those areas.
And handcrafted goods are also found here, and there are eye-catching hand-drawn portraits on paper bags.
That's cute.
I'll wear that next year.
There is much more to see here. Also, I like that I can browse through all kinds of Christmas goods at once.
The most popular booth is the foreigners' flea market section. And here you can find food and design products made by foreigners.
What is that?
Like a fusion hot dog.
It looks like cloth.
Edible cloth.
The market's biggest advantage is that you can purchase various handmade goods at very affordable prices.
That's not wasabi, is it?
This jam tastes sweet like Christmas.
And Christmas Day, it's always full of excitement. So how about enjoying this very special day with loved ones here in Seoul?
Okay, well, this is a huge festival, and as we mentioned, that whole street went through a huge transformation, and it looks brand new. It's great. So, how long do we have until the festival ends?
Well, luckily, there's still a few more days to go. The Shincheon Yeonsero Christmas Festival lasts until December the 28th. So, if you can't get out there today, it may well be packed out today. You can go for a few more days afterwards, and you also can enjoy this right and through. There's going to be some stores, that are going to have 50% discounts today on Christmas Day. So if you can get out there, then maybe try it because you get 50% off foods and goods. And on the 27th, there's a proposal event for lovers. So keep these schedules in mind if you want to make a proposal to your loved one.
Of all the performances you brought with you today, I think what I'm most interested in is the kissing tree, this kissing tree, right?
Okay, so one person gets one kiss.
Yep. You have to pay $1 for it.
So you pay to kiss.
Yes, but
that goes to a good cause.
And you have to take someone to kiss. Like, you don't get to kiss random people.
Okay. Well, random people.
So today is actually the last day that you can enjoy that. That's taking place up at the N Seoul Tower. And also the COEX Aquarium, they're having that underwater performance. It's the last day today as well. So if you want to check that out with friends and family, you must go today. But luckily, if you haven't got time today, the 6-3, the Yuksan building, they're having a SeaWorld Aquarium magic show, underwater magic show, until the 26th of January, except on Mondays.
Peter,
the kids would love that, right?
You are a godsend. I mean, you just tell
Planned
us
out the whole
exactly what to
day
do.
Let's take the kids.
Today.
I was wondering, what am I going to do after work today?
Kiss your wife under that kissing tree
Pay $1
and
for
take
it.
the kids to the aquarium. That's perfect.
All right, thank you very much,
Thanks
Peter.
a lot. Merry
Peter.
Christmas.
Merry Christmas to
Merry
you.
Christmas.
All right, that brings us to the end of our Christmas edition of Korea Today. Merry Christmas.
Have a very Merry Christmas. We'll see you back here tomorrow at 7 a.m.
Merry Christmas. Bye-bye.